This is part 2 of lesson 8. We're looking at how to respond to partner's opening bid of one of a suit when you need to bid a new suit of your own, or perhaps have to bid no trumps. Now, in part 1 of lesson 8, we went through the guidelines and I showed you a sort of roadmap for choosing your response. And in part 2, what I'm going to show you now is some examples of choice of responding bids. And also, we'll look briefly at how the auction might continue after that. Now, that's quite a big subject, but we'll look very briefly at a few simple examples. But in the lessons to come, we'll go through a lot more of that as well. Okay, so we'll proceed now with some examples of responding bids. Let's look at a few examples of how to respond. We've seen a roadmap that's given us the choices of how to respond, so let's apply that. So let's assume here that in each of these cases, partner has opened the bidding with a bid of 1 diamond. And we've got 4 different hands here, and we're going to choose the correct response for each hand. So hand A. Okay, hand A, we've got two 5-card suits. They're both the major suits. So we've got 5 cards in spades and 5 cards in hearts. Now, the roadmap tells us that we should be responding the higher of 2 5-card suits. So we would respond 1 spade here. Okay, so the correct bid is simply to respond 1 spade. That doesn't tell partner much about the strength of our hand. All it simply says is that we're bidding a spade. We're guaranteeing at least 4 cards in spades. Hopefully later on we've got a chance in the auction to show partner that we've also got cards in hearts, and we can bid hearts later on, and that will help to describe our hand. But the right response at this stage is simply to bid 1 spade. With hand 2, we've got a nice hand. We've got 8, 10, we've got 12 high card points. It's very likely there's game on here. Partners opened 1 diamond, but our priority is not to support diamonds. Whilst we do have support for diamonds, it's really important that we tell partner that we've got 4 cards in a major suit. It's quite possible that partners opened a diamond but still hold 4 cards in hearts themselves. If they had 5 diamonds and 4 hearts, the right opening bid would almost certainly be 1 diamond on that hand. So they could easily hold 4 hearts themselves. So we must tell them that we've got 4 cards in hearts. So we make a simple, low-level, cheap responding bid, keeping the bidding low, 1 heart. Okay, that guarantees 4 cards in our heart suit. The bid is forcing. Partner will have to bid again, and if they've got support for hearts, they will raise hearts, and we will then find a heart contract. If not, we might well end up in no trumps on this hand. And C. Partners opened a diamond again, and we've got 2 5-card suits. Now, the roadmap for 5-card suits tells us we bid the higher ranked of the 2 5-card suits, so we would choose a response of 1 spade because spades are higher ranked than clubs. You might be thinking it might be more useful to bid clubs here. If you were to bid 2 clubs, you're telling partner more about the strength of your hand, because obviously you're bidding at the 2 level, so you will be showing them that you have enough points to bid at the 2 level. However, the objective of our responding bid is not yet to tell partner about the strength of our hand. It's far more important that we tell them about the shape of our hand, and we do that by bidding most naturally as we can, and particularly by showing length in major suits. So here, by bidding 1 spade, that's a far more constructive bid here. So we bid the major suit first, not clubs, despite the fact that we've got the values to bid at the 2 level. Later on, we can tell partner about the strength of our hand. Our bid is forcing. They'll have to bid again, so there's no chance that we're going to pass before we get the chance to tell partner how strong we really are. And the 4th example here, again, partners opened a diamond. We've got 4 cards in spades and 4 cards in clubs. And the guidance here is that we would bid the cheapest suit that we've got when we've got 2 4-card suits. So the cheapest next bid after a bid of 1 diamond is a bid of 1 spade. Yes, we've got enough points to bid at the 2 level. We could bid 2 clubs, but by bidding 2 clubs, we haven't told partner about the 4 cards we've got in spades, and a spade fit might be lost forever. It's quite possible partners opened a diamond and they've got 4 cards in spades as well. So we must tell them about our 4 cards holding in spades. Our bid is forcing. They'll have to bid again, and it's when they bid again we've then got the option to make sure we find a game level contract. Clearly we have enough points for game here, and we'd like to know whether it's in spades or no trumps. Okay, let's continue with some more examples. Here are 4 more responding hands. Partner has opened the bidding with 1 diamond. How do we respond? Okay, well, hand E, we haven't got a particularly strong hand, but we do have 6 high card points. We've got a king, a queen, and a jack in our hand, and we've got a 5 card spade suit. So here, the correct bid is simply to bid 1 spade. It's a very economical bid. It keeps the bidding low. We're not promising too many points, but we are showing that we've got at least 4 cards in spades. So that's the perfect response on hand E. Hand F. Partner opens 1 diamond. Here we've got a lovely holding in clubs. Queen, Jack, 10, 9, 3, 2. Got a good club suit. We'd love to bid clubs. Of course, if we were going to bid clubs over an opening bid of 1 diamond, we would have to bid 2 clubs. So we'd have to bid a new suit at the 2 level. That requires a certain strength. It requires at least 10 high card points, or possibly 9 high card points. But our hand is definitely not strong enough for that. We've got only 6 high card points in our hand. So our hand isn't strong enough to bid our clubs at the 2 level. We can't bid our clubs at all at the moment, okay? But we do have 6 high card points, so we must keep the auction going. We can't pass in case partner's really strong. We've got no other suit that we can bid over 1 diamond, so our only option here is to bid 1 no trump, okay? It's the dustbin bid, and it's a better bid than passing. It doesn't describe our hand at all well, but it keeps the auction going. Partner gets a chance to bid again in case they're really strong. Hand G. Similar sort of hand to hand F, except the difference now is we've got a much stronger hand. Here we'd like to bid our clubs, and we can bid our clubs. Here we have got 11 high card points, so that is enough strength to bid a new suit at the 2 level. So we can now bid 2 clubs over 1 diamond. And that's a really encouraging bid for partner. They now know that they now know we've got at least 10 high card points, and we're promising at least 4 cards in clubs. So they can now bid on. Our bid is forcing, they must bid again. And hand H. Here they've opened 1 diamond. We've got 4 cards in hearts and 5 cards in clubs. Some people might think it might be appropriate to bid the clubs here, but that's not right. The first priority is always to bid a new major suit at the 1 level, particularly if you haven't got enough points to be sure that a game contract is available. So here we've got 11 high card points. Can't be sure that game's on, but we can bid one heart here. Tell our partner that we've got 4 cards in hearts. There may well be a heart fit. Don't forget, they could have opened a diamond with holding 5 or 6 diamonds and 4 hearts. So we may have a heart fit. Tell them about our hearts and let them decide, which is a forcing bid, and let them make their next bid, and hopefully then we can decide where this auction is heading. So 1 heart is the right auction. We prefer to show our 4 cards in the major suit rather than jumping to the 2 level to show 2 clubs. Let's begin to think about how the auction might continue. Now, there's a lot to this, and it'll be covered more in subsequent lessons. But the first thing to think about is responder's bid, is the responding bid forcing or not? Okay, so as we've learned, any change of suit, any new suit by responder is a forcing bid. So for example, if opener's opened 1 club, a response of 1 heart, it's a new suit by responder, it's a forcing bid. It forces opener to bid again. Opener must bid again. Maybe they've now got support for the major suit that you've responded. So perhaps they've got 4 hearts themselves and they can choose to bid on in hearts. If openers actually balance, they might actually want to play in no trumps. If they've got a strong balanced hand, they might want to play in no trumps. We'll cover that in lesson 11. And if opener is unbalanced, they will have to bid another suit. Okay, and we'll look at that in lessons 9 and lessons 10. But the key thing here is after that 1 club, 1 heart sequence, opener must find another bid. And we'll have some of these examples in the lesson that we're going to be doing, the hands that we'll be playing. The situation that I'm going to give you is generally that we would support the major suit that responder has bid here. Any other bid that isn't a change of suit is a limit bid. Okay, so for example, one spade followed by the one no trump dustbin response, or one diamond followed by a raise to two diamonds or three diamonds is a limit bid. Okay, opener knows a lot about responders' strength to within a specific range. Limit bids often limit your points to a particular range. Here, for example, opener knows that responder has between 6 and 9 high card points. That's often enough to know exactly where the future of the auction is, whether there's a game contract available or not. So opener can choose either to bid on or pass if they think the best contract has already been reached. Okay, so we must understand the difference between forcing bids, change of suit responses are forcing, and limit bids, such as one no trump or raises or a simple raise of a suit, which are limit bids and are no longer forcing. So let's look at some examples of how the auction continues. Um, and I'm going to be using examples from today's set hand. So these are some of the hands we'll actually be playing in the face-to-face lesson. And I'll explain hopefully how the auction will continue after a responding bid. So firstly, the first hand we're going to look at, opener's got 15 high card points here. They've got a balanced hand, but with 15 points, they're too strong to open one no trump. So we have to open our longest suit. We open one heart. Here's responder's hand. Now, it's not a very good hand, but we do have 6 high card points. So the rule is with 6 high card points, we have to find a bid. Okay, we can't bid anything at the one level because we can't bid one heart or one spade. They would both promise 4 card holdings in those suits. So we haven't got a heart or a spade bid available to us. We may want to bid, we may think that we could bid either our clubs or our diamonds. But the problem is to bid clubs or diamonds, we would be bidding a new suit at the 2 level. To bid a new suit at the 2 level, we'd need at least 10 high card points. We don't have that. So we don't have the opportunity to bid any suit here at all, but we must find a bid. So what do? We bid one no trump, the so-called dustbin bid. Okay, it's a bid of last resort. Keep the auction open in case partner's very strong, and let's see what they can do. Now, opener now knows your hand, now knows a lot about responder's hand in terms of strength. They know that responder has got between 6 and 9 high card points. It's a limit bid. They've limited their strength to within 6 and 9 high card points. And from an opener's perspective, even if responder had 9 high card points, if you add 9 to their 15, it's very unlikely that there are enough points for a game contract here. So the best thing to do is simply to pass one no trump and play in a part score contract of one no trump, which is the best contract on those particular hands. Here's another example. Opener's got 12 high card points. They've got 5 cards in clubs and 4 cards in spades. So the rule is you have to open, it's a very unbalanced hand, of course, but you must open your longest suit first. So we open clubs, which is the longest suit. So we bid one club. Here's responder's hand. 13 high card points. If your responder and your partner opens the bidding and you've got 13 high card points, you should automatically be thinking there must be a very strong chance of a game contract here because open's likely to have at least 12 high card points. So that should be enough for a game contract between you. But there's no need to get excited. There's no need to bid at a high level yet. We simply make the most economical bid available to us, which is to bid at the one level and show our spade suit. We're only promising 6 high card points, but our bid is forcing, and it's more importantly, it's telling partner about our holding in a major suit. So we make a nice economical low level bid, one spade. Okay, the bid's forcing, partner must bid again. They don't know how strong we are, but we know that they can't pass. Okay, so opener can't pass, but fortunately they've got support for spades here. Okay, so they are really glad to hear that our one spade response. They know we've got at least 4 cards in spades, and so opener's also got 4 cards in spades. There is a trump fit. Okay, so all opener can do is show that they like that and that they have support for those spades by bidding simply 2 spades. Okay, that says to their responder, partner, I've opened the bidding, but I haven't got a particularly strong hand, but I do like spades. I have got 4 card support for spades. Now responder knows, of course, that we have a trump fit in spades and we have enough points for a game contract because because partners opened the bidding already. So we have got 4 spades as the final contract. So responder should jump straight to 4 spades here. There are enough points for a spade level game contract. Last example. Okay, here we've got 17 high card points. We've got 5 cards in spades. So opener must open with the spades. Okay, so opener bids 1 spade. Here's responder's hand. 12 high card points. Okay, they can't support spades yet. They've only got 4 of them, but they have got 5. They've got 5 cards in heart, and they've got enough points to bid a new suit at the 2 level. So they're able to bid 2 hearts here. Respond 2 hearts. So partner your hand. Show that you've got at least 5 cards in hearts and enough points to bid at a new suit at the 2 level. I.e., you must have at least 10 points. Openers should get quite excited. They know that there are enough points for game because, of course, they've got 17. They know you've got at least 10, and they know you've got at least 5 cards in hearts. So we have a trump fit in hearts. So opener can jump straight to game in hearts here. 4 hearts, which shows enough points for game. They know there's enough points for game, so they jump straight to 4 hearts. And that would obviously be the best contract on those particular cards. Okay, so those are examples from today's hands, and there's a lot more obviously to the bidding that we're covering at the moment. And in the next few weeks, we're going to be looking at how the auctions unfold further, how opener rebids, and things like that. But if you've got any questions on responding bids, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed the lesson, and see you soon.